Hi friends, now we will have another shloka from the same philosopher king Bhartruhari. This is about the characteristics of a noble person. How do noble people share their wealth, whatever they have, they share with all others. So the principle of sharing is what is mentioned here. The quality of sharing is something which is praised. Let us read the shloka. Pibanti nadya swayameva nambha
पिबन्ति नद्यः स्वयमेव नाम्भः
खादन्ति न स्वादु फलानि वृक्षाः
खादन्ति न स्वादुफलानि वृक्षाः
पयोधराः सस्य मदन्ति नैव
पयोधराः सस्य मदन्ति नैव
परोपकाराय सतां विभूतयः.
परोपकाराय सतां विभूतयः.
So the last line says Satam Vibhutayah. Vibhuti. Vibhuti means you are all the plenty which you have. Vibhuti, of course, you have got another meaning for Vibhuti. When you go to a temple, the pujari or the priest gives you some small ash. So that is also called Vibhuti. So we are not talking about that Vibhuti here. Vibhuti is the plenty. The plenty which a rich person has. A great person, suppose he is also endowed with great riches. A great person also endowed with great riches. They are the Vibhutayah. Vibhuti, the word you also hear in the Gita. There is a chapter called Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti there means Visheshena Bhavanam, appearing in so many forms. One reality, which is what we call God, appearing in so many forms, so many powerful forms. So that is what we see in that Vibhuti Yoga. So here Vibhuti is used in the sense of plenty. What all riches you have, all those riches, Satam Vibhutaya. Satam means of great men, of great people. The riches of great people, what are they for? They are for Paropakaraya. Para plus Upakaraya. Para means others. Upakara means helping. For helping others. A rich man may not be willing to share his riches with others. But a great man, he is prepared to share his riches with others. So this is what is called philanthropy, what we call it philanthropy. Phil, love, anthropos, human beings. Philanthropy is love for human beings. So anyway, philanthropists, we have come across several stories of philanthropists. Even today, we have got several great examples of philanthropists. It may be some Warren Buffett or it may be some Bill Gates, people like that who have given away say maybe billions of dollars for say various social causes. So these are the things which are that is the thing which is being talked about. So the first line says Nadya, he is giving some examples. Bhartruhari is giving some examples. How the rivers flow. The rivers flow and then we all go and then we tap the river water and then we use its resources. Millions and millions of people use the resources of the river. It is not as though the river is drinking its own water. River is just flowing and flowing and flowing eternally and then it is serving people. So pibanti nadyaha swayameva na ambhaha. Ambhaha means water. Ambhaha. Nadyaha na pibanti. The rivers, they don't drink their own water. They are there for all other people only. They don't drink their own water. Nadyaha na swayameva pibanti. They don't drink their own water. Then khadanti na swadu phalani vrukshaha. You take a great mango tree or an apple tree, whatever it is. They are full of, the tree is full of fruits. The tree is not going to eat away all those fruits. The tree is, he is bearing all types of pulling and throwing of stones, etc. done by people. Suppose there is a fruit there. You are not able to get it. Then you try to bend the say branch, or you may break the branch. You may hurl a stone on it. The tree endures all that. The tree endures all that. You may pull it, you may throw a stone, you may break it, or do whatever it is. It gives the shade, it gives you fruits, etc. So now these vrukshas, that is the trees, they don't eat away their own fruits. Na khadanti phalani. Then payodharaha. Payodhara means the great clouds, the clouds which bring rain. Payaha means water. Payodharaha. Sasyam adanti naiva. Sasyam means the crop. After all, when it rains, then because of the rain only we get all crops, we harvest crops and all that. So when the crop is harvested, the payodhara, the megha, or rather the clouds, they are not coming and taking away the grain, food grain. Food grain is there for all the humanity, whereas the clouds, they do their job and go away. Payodharaha sasya madanti naiva paropakaraya satam vibhutayah. So generally it is the, say, characteristic of our poets to give some examples from nature, how nature is trying to help us. And then in a similar way, we have to learn these lessons from the nature. In fact, if we see Gita, the main message, or rather the core message of Gita to Arjuna, of course Gita has several messages to people of different levels. So Gita, to some people it recommends sannyasa, to some others it recommends bhakti. But the core message intended for Arjuna, the key person, the protagonist there, is karma yoga. That is, you do your duty, whatever has been assigned to you by the society. In fact, duty means what? The social network, the social whatever framework you exist in. So that framework has assigned some duties for you. It has said, okay, this man's duty is this. So you please do the duty. You please do the duty. Do not expect the result of it. That is, of course, it doesn't say that you go to office and do your work and don't expect salary. It is not like that. It is not talking about, say, the work we do for our livelihood. It is not interfering with our livelihood. It is dealing with some other types of activities. Maybe some sort of ritual where some yajna you do, and some yajna you ask for some punya. So, or maybe you do some other philanthropic work and then you want some sort of fame from that. So these are certain things where you try to do some good and you also try to get something out of it. Do not try to get anything out of it. You put yourself in the shoes of the Lord. So that is what Vedanta says. That is what Gita says. There is a sort of universal scheme. There is a divine scheme in which there is a sort of principle of interdependence. That is each helping the other. So the whole nature is helping us. You are also supposed to be in tune with the nature. You are not supposed to overexploit it. You are not supposed to damage it. You are not supposed to say destroy nature. So these are certain things. And then again, while helping people also, you follow that divine scheme where you are supposed to help and do not expect any sort of return from them. So that is what, when you are helping others, do it in a totally selfless way. Let there be selfless love, let there be selfless service. So that is what Gita says in this karma yoga. The very crux of karma yoga is acting according to the divine will. If God were to be there, what would God do? God is not going to expect anything from you. God is not expecting all these donations from you. We give our donations because we know that that money is used for some good purposes. So it is not as though God is asking them. We are giving them knowing fully well that it will be used, it will be spent on us only. So here is this poem about the great people, how they say respect the universal law of sharing. So let us read the poem. Here, of course, the grammatical points are not there. Swayameva na ambhaha na swadu. Swadu means delicious. Swadu phalani. Swadu is delicious. Payodharaha. Payaha actually has two meanings. Payaha means also milk. Payodhara, it also means a woman's breast. It also refers to Payodhara. It means it refers to a cloud. It also refers to not only a woman's breast, any female, say that breast. Payodharaha sasya madanti naiva para plus upakaraya paropakaraya satam vibhutayaha. That vibhuti, I explained that word. Let us read the shloka. पिबन्ति नद्यः स्वयमेव नाम्भः खादन्ति न स्वादु फलानि वृक्षाः पयोधराः सस्य मदन्ति नैव परोपकाराय सतां विभूतयः. Fine.